I'm well known in Singapore as Roza Sure Bagus. Do what I love and love what I do. You know, some tenants really crazy. They make the house into a brothel.
Oh my gosh.
We were talking in the living room until bam, toilet door, no wind, nothing. Once look at each other, quickly run out of the house. I feel my goosebumps up. I felt there's one old lady always staying in that room. Of course, I'm not part of the scam.
Wow, this landlord cheeky,
Scam lah. So don't be what you call penny wise and pound foolish.
Hey, welcome back to another Rently Stories. My name is Elliot. I am the host for today, and we are in our office again. Today we have another guest, of course, for the stories. She is a very long time real estate agent, tons of experience. I think it's best for her to share a little bit more about herself.
Okay, thank you, Elliot. Okay, I'm well known in Singapore as Roza Sure Bagus. That's my trade name. There was a talent quest called Asia Bagus. Yeah, it's a singing talent quest whereby the host was Najib Ali. You know Najib Ali? Yeah, I think you're not born yet. You know, that Najib Ali is like so crazy, gila-gila, you know. So I like him being like so fun and gila-gila. So I was telling myself, if I were to be a property agent, I don't want to be a mediocre and easily forgettable. So I said, okay, why not I put Bagus at the back, you know, Roza Bagus. But two names like, so odd lah, you know, I think I better put something in between. So what should I put? So I said, put Sure lah. So Roza Sure Bagus, you know, it sounds very catchy.
But I mean, with all the branding stuff, right? Something that I read online as well was that you also have, I think you kind of like wrote your own book.
Yeah, actually I've been wanting to write my book. So initially I wanted to write a book like from trauma to tremendous. But then again, I've not been tremendous yet, you know. I kind of changed the title. Basically I changed the title to Rise Above, from trauma to tremendous. Okay.
What does the book cover?
Okay, it basically talks about my journey. It's an autobiography of me. Okay. My journey from young, you know, how I was adopted. I was born in Malaysia. I always say in my opening speech, whenever I go for networking, I would say what, you know, Elliot, guess what? I would say, you know, my name, Dayanku is actually more from Brunei. Okay, more from Brunei. So I would say I was made in Malaysia. Okay, my name was imported from Brunei, Dayanku. You know, and what do you call? My name was imported from Brunei, and I'm exported to Singapore. Here I am. You know that opening line. I tell you seriously, when I go for networking, they say, "Wow," you know. Yeah, so I became memorable when I say that. Yeah, but my trade name, I keep it like Roza Sure Bagus as my branding. So I never use my full name. I always use Roza Sure Bagus. So it's a bite size of my full name, and Bagus I think is very, very memorable. Yeah, Bagus in Indonesia or in Malay it means good. Yeah. So I have to be good lah. I mean, because of the name, I have to be good all the time. I cannot be naughty.
So actually, like, what made you go into real estate then? Since you actually said that you have quite a bit of a passion for public speaking, where did this journey start?
When I was still working, I sold my parents' flat back in Taman Jurong. It's a 3-room flat. Okay. Block 120 Ho Ching Road is very near to Chinese Garden, Japanese Garden. Yeah. So because I got a new BTO flat, right? So I want my parents to stay with me. So like I was helping my parents to sell their flat. Then again, I didn't know like who to call, which agent. Back then there was agent. I think that was in 1993, I guess. 1993. Yeah, so I just researched, I say how to sell my own home, that kind of thing. So what I did, I tell the neighbors, hey, my parents selling the home and everything. So I got the buyer, how do I submit? Back then, don't have any digital, nothing,
To go down, right?
Yeah, he's with forms and everything. So I just call, inquire, how to do it. And I really manage it, I draw up the sort of like sales and purchase agreement, with the extension of stay, blah, blah, blah. I did it back then. I didn't know that few years later, I would become a property agent. After I gave birth to my first daughter in 1990, I was like a secretary, then I become the administrator, then I become executive secretary. That was my last position. So I chanced upon a newspaper article advertisement. Okay, it says, write your own paycheck. Isn't that good? Yeah, I was delusional lah, So I went into the property, not really lah, you write your own paycheck. You got to work hard, to get that. So I took part-time first, that was in 1998. Until one day, the finance manager called me, Roza, can you come to my room? Well, I know the time has come. Yeah, and give me a golden handshake, a letter. The compensation was like 20,000. Back then, it was a lot of money, back then. So said, because of the president, after the MD was kicked out, so it becomes redundant. They don't need secretary. So, okay, fine. So because of that, I become redundant. So then again, when I look at it, I smile. I didn't cry, I didn't cry because I was expecting one day I will be X.
Yeah.
So before, I need to be prepared, right? So that was my preparation. I was being pushed to do full-time. I got no choice. Right? I got no choice. So that what drives me. And during that moment when I was like starting to enter into the market, my marriage with my first husband started to crumble. And I was like in the midst of divorce. That was really, really crazy. My children were super young. I was so very taxing, because I need to take care of my elderly parents. So I was telling myself, if I can go through that low period moment of my life, I can inspire more women, right?
Yeah.
Who been there, So that's why I wrote the book. So it's one of the things that I need to tell women, especially.
Sure,
that's not the end.
Yeah. So there was such a cool, I would say, lead up to what happened and what made you become a real estate agent. I think something that you did very differently as well was that you're quite into digital content videos.
Yeah.
And we saw your channel, I think you had like 20K or so,
Yeah.
30K, sorry.
Yeah.
30K or so subscribers. So what made you choose to do this, to go into video very early especially?
Yeah,
I think,
very
from what I
early.
saw.
Okay, what triggers me was in 2009 and 2010, IA organized a group, tour for property agent to USA. Okay,
That's
to
so cool.
USA.
Yeah.
So 2009 I went there, and 2010 also I went there, and I was so inspired by the way they do their property. They started doing videos really on properties, on things, They showed us how to do it. They interview people surrounding the property area, that kind of things. So I came back. I was telling myself, hey, why not? There's not many agents who's doing that. So I have to start from the scratch. I have to learn it myself. I have to learn myself. So I bought this. There wasn't any CapCut. There was Camtasia. Somebody recommended me Camtasia, so I had to pay 500 USD, just to kickstart to do that. And just having the software, but you have to learn it yourself. So I've spent many hours, how to do this, how to do that kind of thing, tutorial, just looking at the video, the YouTube channel. Okay, do this, try and error. I tell you, but it was painstakingly learning curve, but I'm glad I did it. Because I was telling myself, hey, not many of my peers know how to do the way I did it.
Yeah, it's really a very rare thing.
Yeah, and now, fast forward, me being in the 50s, I'm not that young anymore. I'm 5 series now.
Oh.
Back then I was like early 4 series perhaps, So now I'm 5 series, and yet I can also beat the lower series, the younger series.
Yeah,
Yeah, so for me, I love to learn. new things, and I'm constantly learning. My mantra now is do what I love and love what I do. Yeah, so whenever I do things that I love, it doesn't become like a chore. You know, when I do my property videos, for example, for my client, because I love to do it. You know, I don't need to do it, but I love to do it. So that makes me a world of difference with many agents who do not give these extra things to their clients to do a property video. A property video does not mean you just shoot, you put music, you put a subtitle, shoot, that's it. No, that is, to me, rubbish lah. You know, like that one, I tell you, Elliot, 10-year-old also can do. Even my cucu, no, my granddaughter also, 7-year-old also can do. So you must be very atas lah, you know. You must be very ahead of time. So you need to craft a video that is very compelling, that has hook, that is bait and everything, that click to action, all that works lah. You know, this one I learned throughout my journey lah. You know, I learn from here and there, from people, that kind of thing. So there's a formula actually how to do a good property video. And plus you need to narrate it yourself. You need to be very natural. You don't need to be like a robotic agent who, you know, read from the prompter, pop, word by word, like Channel News Asia. No, you can't do that. You need life, you need soul when you talk in front of the camera.
Roza, you've been in the industry so long right now, right? I'm quite sure you've had quite a few very great stories, also very bad stories. Maybe you can share with us some that maybe happened to you in the rental space or any memorable clients.
Okay, memorable client was that many years ago, I was representing this landlord. Okay, I was marketing this two-bedder. It's a 3-room flat. We call it 3-room flat. So there's two couples of Indian tenant came with a co-broke agent. So eventually they rented my unit, right? So what happened midway, these two couples quarrel. So midway, they were not happy, they were quarreling, that kind of thing. So this doctor came to me and said, when the tenancy expire, I want you to look for me another home because my work will be in NUH, you know. So I kind of surprised. He did not go to the tenant's agent, but to me instead. Because throughout this squabble and everything among them, I came to mediate. Okay. I would say, you cannot do this, if you do that, then you are not complying to the tenancy agreement. What if, kind of thing. I explained everything, and I think he found that my explanation and the way I handle things was very professional. That's why he called me instead of the tenant agent to bring him to view other units when the lease expired. So, fast forward, he was with me for about 10 years after that.
Wow.
Became my VVIP tenant. Serious. Because even after the renewal, he pays me renewal fees, that kind of things, And he really looked up on me. So the thing is, I really take care of my tenant also. Or my client also, my landlord. So like every year at renewal or during festive season, I will bake my own cake. I will give it to them.
Oh wow, yeah.
Very personal touch. Yeah. So that's how you keep your relationship with your clients, to make them happy. Sometimes it's not the big thing that you're giving them. It's a small little thing, the thoughts. Like for me, I bake my own cakes. I give them something that I cook, with love. So when they receive also with love, so they love me lah. But we still get in touch,
Sure, right, yeah.
During my daughter's wedding also, they came.
Oh wow, that's really...
They came together with my landlord that they rented out the first house. Wow. So it was like friendship already lah,
That's so great.
Yeah, some tenant after 1 year, bye-bye. Yeah. But this one, no, they really call me, hey Roza, can you look for me? This was, okay, we only trust you. How does that feel? Yeah. On top of the world lah. We breach the whole deal, Yeah. Not only from the start, but till the end. You need to be present all the time throughout the whole year of tenancy. You need to, call them. after few months, how is it, Mr. Tenant? Are you okay? Are you comfortable? You know, that kind of thing. You need to ask them, not just at renewal you appear.
Yeah.
No meaning lah, you know. I mean, like your what is your service then? You get what I mean? Yeah.
How about on the flip side? I mean, we were talking off camera a bit. There was a bit of mention that you maybe had a very maybe more spooky encounter with one of your cases.
Okay. Okay, this one is really funny, you know, Elliot. Okay, I was marketing this 3-room flat in. I don't want to mention where lah. Okay.
Tempo area maybe.
Yeah. Okay, this flat is vacant. Okay, so the owner give me the key to open up, to have access whenever there is a tenant coming in. So I arranged one viewing with one tenant agent. So it was about 6+. No, I have to come earlier. Normally I just open air the place and everything. So then the tenant agent also came. That was about 6+ also. So since the tenant hasn't arrived, so both of us were seated in the living room. You know, we were chatting, you know, talk about, you know, our experience, our tenant, that kind of things, blah, blah. You know, like agent chit-chat, you know. Gossiping. Yeah, okay. You know, there was about 6+ also. We were talking in the living room until, bam! You know, the toilet door, no wind, nothing, slam. Just slam. You know what happened or not? Me and the co-bro agent, there was a guy, you know. That's a Malay guy, you know. And I'm a Malay girl, Malay lady. Both of us look at each other, quickly run out of the house. Really, no. Then after that, our, you know, goosebump, you know.
Oh my God.
Goosebump, you know. Then I look at him. Wow, what happened? No wind, eh. So we chatted in the corridor lah. I was thinking, never happened to me, eh. You know, even my client was telling me, you know, that time I closed the house already. Then he said, Roza, did you not switch off the lights? I said, yeah, I switched off everything, what? You know, I definitely won't leave. How come when I came the other day just to check, the toilet light was on?
My God.
No, I switched off. I swear I switched off already. So I recollect, you know. So when I talk to my co-bro agent, I would say, hey, you feel something or not? Goosebump. So we waited until the tenant came. Then everybody go into the room, to the house, show and everything. Then we quickly switch off, pack up and go. Then I was telling my client about the whole incident. Then they were laughing at me. Really, no, we thought, he like a ghost, like a puntiara or whatever, not lah. I tell you.
Oh my gosh, was it an old apartment or?
Yeah, it was quite old. Yeah, So do not leave your house vacant for too long.
Okay.
Because there'll be someone, you know, maybe on the way.
Space, you know,
There's one case also. I was like selling this one bungalow.
Yeah.
Okay, we can have access through the digital lock, right?
Yeah.
So we access it, and I was going room by room, you know, just to inspect first. Okay, until one room, I feel my goosebumps up. Hey, what happened? I feel that energy. You know, for me...
You have third eye?
No, I don't have the third eye. I don't want to have the third eye. I tell you, I will pengsan one. But I can sense, I can feel anything that is in the house. I can feel the energy, which is good or which is bad. You know, I don't know why, I can feel that. So when I go to this one room, it was such a nice bungalow in the east, you know. Very nice bungalow with swimming pool and things like that. So when I go to this one room, you know, like, you know, like I was telling, wow, what is this, man? How am I going to sell? You know, I personally feel like this place is very spooky, you know. Then I go to another place, then it was like, okay. Then I call one of my religious, ustad, they call it a religious teacher, you know, who knows how to, I call him Ghostbusters lah. You know, say some prayer, whatever not, then the thing gone lah. You know, you don't feel the goosebumps and everything. Yeah, this is real, you know, this is real. I can feel it. Even when I go for viewing, bring my buyers for viewing, if something that's not right, I can feel it, I will tap my buyer. Come, let's go. Quick.
No reason, just like.
Don't ask me. Come, get out first. Then I will tell them, you know, what it is. What it is, or what I felt and everything. Even if I go for presentation, at one time, I went to this home, 5-room flat, divorce case. The wife called me, so I went to the house. I want to check it out, you know. So when I go into the room, it was okay. But when I pass this one study room, you know, my feelers start to ting. They start telling me, oh yeah, you know, goosebumps and everything. Then I say, can we don't talk in the house? We talk downstairs. So I was asking her, do you want to tell me something about your home? She said, what do you mean? Then I give another story about these spooky things, right? So then she start open up. Yeah, I felt there's one old lady always staying in that room. No wonder I feel such, you know, that kind of energy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, luckily I don't have a third eye to see. Wow. You know, I also pengsan. Yeah, that's one of the things I mean, like I can feel, but thank God I don't want to see.
Okay, wow. Yeah. Actually, if you get these kind of cases, do you still like, let's just say if you represent a landlord, then their house haunted, then how you
I will call the Ghostbusters.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, that guy will
Yeah.
Okay.
The Ghostbusters.
What do they do to get the?
For us, they will utter some prayers, you know, some prayers lah, rituals, you know, the Muslim way, you know. Then after that, the house got sold. Usually, when I feel that something that is amiss, when I call the Ghostbusters, the house got sold.
Oh.
Yeah. So that proves my sense.
Your intuition strong.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So like on top of that also with all these crazy stories, we also see like there's a bit of a rise in scams in Singapore. I don't know whether you've specifically encountered any scam cases.
Oh,
you're part of it.
Yeah, plenty. Of course, I'm not part of the scam.
You know, like you were like maybe if you're encyclopedia.
Okay. You see, one of those encounters, for example, you know, I was marketing for my landlord. As usual, I'm very into the landlord market, you know. So this guy, foreigners, came, wanted to view, you know. So when I look at him, a bit shady, you know, like body language not so fit, that kind of thing.
What? Not so fit?
I mean like not so fit as in like good tenant lah.
Very unhealthy size.
Not like good tenant lah, that kind of profiling, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have that hunch. So I asked him, can I take a look at your work permit? You know. So these two guys showed me a photocopy, blurred one of their work permit, photocopy, you know, and showed me. I said, you know, then I start to interrogate, like, you know, FBI.
Like kind of.
Yeah, you know, no, for us as property agent, we need to become like ICA officer, you know.
Investigative.
Yeah, we need to know about their profiling, that kind of thing. So when I look at it and I start ask question, you know, when I drill the question, interrogation in force, that guy got scared, you know, quickly ran away.
Oh my gosh.
So we know they could be illegal immigrant or I don't know, you know. So no deal lah. Yeah, because that's very scary, you know. I mean, to really house an illegal immigrant, the landlord kena, you also kena.
That's true.
So I don't want to take any chances, right? Then sometimes a lot of other things, like I got one case. The tenant was represented by another agent. Okay, I represent a landlord. Okay, this agent brought this one tenant. Okay, one China, one Malaysian. They are using work permit. They say one of them will sign the TA. Okay, there will be a few more other tenants, you know, their friends to live in, but they will give the permit later. All right, so what we did was, okay, we thought it was legit, right? So we scanned the two tenants that came, they were legit. They said, we will give you later another 4 people to be their housemate, that kind of things. So what happened was we keep on chasing about that other tenant, and they keep on delaying. And you know what happened? One day, the police called.
Oh, what?
You know what?
What happened? What happened?
They make the house into a brothel.
Oh my gosh! This actually happened to one of my clients also before.
Yeah.
It became a brothel.
You know.
Police case, yeah.
Yeah, at that time, my client was overseas, having holiday. So me and the co-broke agent came down. Wow, I tell you, the house was in a mess. So I did a bit of FBI thingy. I go to the neighbor's house, and I happen to know the neighbor. I knocked, Makcik, can you tell me what you find something that's not right about that house when we rented out? Then she was telling me, oh, they keep on changing people coming to the house.
This was like a neighbor, is it?
Yeah, neighbor, like one door away.
Yeah.
You know, that 5-room flat is a corner unit, so the neighbor is a corridor unit. So the neighbor spotted something amiss, like every time change tenant, that kind of things, Oh, really? Change tenant? Cannot be, because they said, these are the work permit people, they are in the nursing industry, blah, 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 They said, wow, they really make the house like a brothel, Wow, I tell you, bad records, I tell you. Yeah, but
nothing you could have done, I think.
Yeah, but we need to give the statement to the police because we are not aware of it.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what happened from the beginning till then. So we just have to clear the house lah. It was really in a mess, really like a brothel, I guess so. With all the things thrown. This is part and parcel of our work. We need to face it. But when we face this type of experiences, it makes us more knowledgeable, more wary of what's coming next, Yeah, there's also people who came to me, like tenant, they said they were scammed of their deposit. They don't want to use agent, and the owner also don't want to use agent. So the owner so-called advertised in the Facebook, advertised in Carousel. So this tenant responded because it was so cheap. Okay, one thing, Elliot, if it's too good to be true, it's so dirt cheap, stay away. Stay away. Okay. So what happened? It was so cheap, according to the tenant. So they paid the deposit. So when they paid the deposit, nearing the time when they want to move in, the landlord say, no, sorry, I cannot rent it to you because someone is renting already, Then, it's like a fix to them, they already spend. And the landlord not saying that, okay, I return back to you your deposit now. No, I say, I don't have the money. I return to you when I have the money. Scam lah.
Wow, this landlord cheeky,
Scam lah. And that's why I tell you, when you want to go direct to landlord, you have to be careful. Tenant, you come from don't know where, you're not sure how we work, you just give the money outright, not knowing, not checking the proof of ownership. You die.
Straight away die,
Die.
Oh my God.
I tell you. So don't be penny wise and pound foolish. You just want to wait, forgo the agency fees. But you see, you cannot scam.
What's something that you feel a lot of agents or maybe a lot of people don't know about, or maybe they tend to overlook when they rent, at least based on your experience?
Well, even some agents, when they represent the landlord, from the start, they also never check the proof of ownership.
Oh, check the landlord, right?
Check the landlord.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's something.
That should not be the case. From the beginning, when you see a landlord, you have to ask, can I see the proof of ownership? Then you sign the CA form, to appoint you as a property agent. So when you market, you know yourself that this landlord is legit, right?
Correct.
There are some cases, whereby, I represent a tenant, I co-broke with the agent. I ask, before we give the money, right, the deposit, I say, can I take a look at your proof of ownership of your owners? I don't have it. What? You don't have? You have to ask your client. Is my client busy? No. How busy it is also you need to have that.
Yeah.
Okay. If it's
basic, right?
Yeah, very basic. If it's HDB, very easy. Go to hdb.gov.sg. You can get the flat detail.
Yeah,
okay, that proof. If it's a private property, okay, you go to in-list.
Yeah.
Right. You just pay $2.50. You know, if your client don't give you, you go and check your client.
Yeah.
It's your due diligence, you know, so that we are very protected as a tenant or as a tenant agent. For me, when I bring my tenant, I need to see that before I down the money, because private property usually is a lot of money.
Yeah.
5,000, 10,000, wow. It's not that every day you have 5,000, 10,000, you know. So I must make sure that they are legit, they are of a credible profile for the owner. Some owners a bit shady also. You know, the way they talk, slur, that kind of thing. That one, so I try to avoid, because they are the one with a lot of wayang later on.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Actually, now that you say it, there is a bit of a trend with the way the mannerism of the landlord or even the tenant compared to how they might react or how they might act throughout the entire length of the lease. Yeah.
You know, when we do the tenancy agreement, right? No doubt if I'm representing the landlord, but I have to be very fair to the tenant as well. It cannot be lopsided. Okay, it has to be agreed upon before you sign on the dotted line. So I have to explain. So I have to explain to the owner also what are your rights, what you have to do as an owner. Sometimes, you know, the owner doesn't want to do this or doesn't want to do that kind of thing, which is not fair. You know, then after that, the tenant has to take, you know, the shoulder to repay it or whatever. No, that's not fair. So we need to tell them, you know, what the do's, what the don'ts, what's your responsibility for both parties. Yeah, agents should do that, because sometimes, you know, you look at the TA, so legal language, you know.
Yeah, a lot of jargon.
I got a jargon. You have to explain.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, what it means. You know, sometimes also I don't understand. But nowadays, Elliot, we are so fortunate.
Yeah.
Go check GPT lah.
Yeah, just ask everything, right?
Yeah, I tell you. Then you just explain in simple English to your tenant, to your client, what it means. Okay, that is a legal tenancy agreement that is done, crafted by the lawyers.
Right.
Yeah, but I always like to change a bit here and there to suit the tenant's requirement or to suit the landlord's requirement, that kind of things, you know. Yeah.
Actually, with all the tech like coming out, like ChatGPT, I think tenants are also getting a bit more, you know, less susceptible to scams as well. But of course, this means that there's more exposure to scam opportunities. Actually, on that, how did you hear about Rently?
Oh, it's by accident actually.
Oh, really?
Okay, no. Yeah, seriously. Last year, I marketed this 5-room flat in Hougang.
Okay.
So there's one direct tenant, okay, a local. So I scanned her on her profiling, her background and everything. So she said, she want to use Rently for the deposit. Huh? Rently? You tell me what is the full name of this company? Let me Google it. You know, so say, what does Rently do? Rently is going to give the deposit on my behalf to your landlord. Oh, really? So what is it in for them then? You know, like they give money and do they charge you? I was asking the tenant lah. Oh, they have the subscription based. Okay, fair enough. Okay, you give me the website. I want to Google it, you know, because it was so new to me. It was last year.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, okay. So I was telling myself, seriously, they can give the money, and where do they get the money? You know, they have a lot of money, you know, to give to the tenant, to the owners and everything, you know. So I find a bit more lah. So I kind of in contact with the Rently staff. So I asked a lot of questions, you know, like me being CSI, FBI, you know, because I'm answerable to my landlord.
Exactly, right.
Then they will ask me, why Rently give the deposit? Why not the tenant? So I have to explain the whole picture so that my client is comfortable with the whole system. You know, the whole ecosystem about Rently, tenant, landlord, kind of things, you know. We need to understand first before everybody else understand. Yeah. So that's me. So after knowing the whole procedure and everything, I kind of, okay, that's cool. I think I kind of love it, because sometimes the deal did not go through because for example, the landlord wants 2-year lease, right? 2-year lease requires the tenant to give 2 months deposit, 1 month advance.
Yeah.
So if let's say the tenant is represented by an agent, they need to give 1 month
To the agent.
to the agent.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So
of money.
4 months.
Yeah.
You just imagine if it's like 3,000 rental or 4,000 times 4.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, right.
If the tenant is not of that that profiling with a lot of money, a lot of cash coming to Singapore, sure cannot close deal. What?
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
So I was telling myself, wow, Rently giving deposit, game changer. Because why? 2 months deposit can really close our deal. You know, sometimes landlord die don't want 1-year lease, they want 2-year lease, right? So tenant, because of the 2 months deposit, die cannot go 2-year lease. Die want 1-year lease.
Yeah. Then you have this discrepancy, right? You have to kind of manage both.
Yeah, so we got to manage both. But with knowing Rently, I can picture every deal is 2-year lease.
Yeah. A lot easier, right, to manage also.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
So it's good. It's timely lah.
Yeah.
Rently is timely. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I mean, with that, how do you feel Rently kind of fits into this whole ecosystem with the rental space kind of evolving as well?
Yeah. First of all, you talk about the deposit being borne by Rently.
Yeah.
So in the event, for example, usually we need to give back the deposit to the tenant, right?
Yeah.
Assuming there's no damage, that's fine. Okay, happy ending. If there's damage done and everything, you know, there'll be a lot of squabbles, that kind of things, you know. So the landlord sometimes suka want to exaggerate the amount of damages.
Yeah. I mean, very normal lah.
Yeah,
I think
you
everyone
know.
would want to do that. So.
Correct. Like $50 escalate into $250.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. So this poor tenant, alamak, at their mercy also, you know. So by having Rently come into the picture, you know, I know more a bit about Rently, like you have your inventory, you have like third party check if it's a big amount, that kind of thing. So it secures both party and it makes us agent also can sleep lah. You know why? We don't have to worry about, you know, even though we represent the landlord, you know, we can just, you know, stand by and let them talk. You know, Rently is the one who's going to chase or going to deal with the landlord if it's too much, for example, or if let's say the tenant also being nasty, like tenant from hell, you know, damage a lot of things, you know, okay, Rently is going to chase after the tenant. So it's not our problem. You know, as an agent especially, this is very, very stressful at handing over.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you say,
never know what's going to happen, right?
yeah,
So
you know,
it's a giant
sometimes,
box,
then sometimes the landlord will say, hey, you represent me, what?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, true, but the thing, it has to be fair, what?
Yeah.
Correct or not? You cannot like exaggerate or amplify $50 become $250, you know, that kind of thing. So after wear and tear, that kind of thing. So we have to mediate, you know, by having Rently with all these services, it makes our job, I think, much more easier.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I think as a landlord agent, you want to maintain a good relationship with the landlord, right? Then of course, sometimes if they want to, like, you know, sometimes that might be, you know, they want to be a little bit cheeky, try to do something, then it's also a very difficult position for the agent, you know.
Yeah, and I like about your new new service care, Rently Care, that you even provide the aircon services.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, that is really good. You know, some tenants really crazy. We ask them to do the quarterly servicing, then they call their friend cleaning. Okay, we done the servicing.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Then when we ask for the report, you know,
invoice,
the
right?
invoice, I lost the invoice. You know, so with Rently is good. It's good, seriously. Then I super love another thing that you are going to implement. I don't know whether you are implementing already or not, whereby tenant can pay by their credit card.
Oh yeah, that's coming up actually.
Yeah, that's.
Can collect miles, right? You know?
Yeah, that's cool because why? My client do not have to chase them, you know, in the event that they don't pay on time. So it's money there, you know. So yeah, it's another easy job.
Okay, I mean, thanks so much for the chat. I think this was a very good, very insightful.
Yeah, I enjoy it myself too. Yeah.
Thanks so much for coming down, Rosa. if anyone from our audience wants to reach out to you, how would how would they get in touch with you?
Yeah, just Google me. You know, I'm very Googleable.
Okay.
You know, I'm not gullible. I'm Googleable. Yeah, you know, a click. Everything is at your fingertips. You know, nowadays.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm sure you can connect with me
Awesome.
anytime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks so much again.
Okay.
And I guess that's it for our Rently stories.
Yeah.
Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you.